In recent months, the global food and beverage market has faced unprecedented challenges, leading to significant price hikes and shortages of several staple products. Factors such as natural disasters, adverse weather conditions, and logistical complications have converged to disrupt supply chains and impact production levels. This situation not only affects producers, but also directly influences consumers, who find themselves grappling with higher prices and limited availability of essential items. Understanding the root causes of these shortages is crucial for navigating the current landscape and making informed choices in grocery stores. As we delve into specific commodities facing crises, it becomes evident that the ripple effects of these disruptions extend far beyond mere pricing fluctuations. The recent challenges faced by key commodities have unveiled a complex web of interdependencies within the global food supply chain, underscoring how natural disasters can reverberate through various sectors. The vanilla crisis exemplifies this phenomenon. Madagascar, responsible for 80% of the world's vanilla production, has suffered severe losses due to cyclones that devastated thousands of vanilla orchids. This destruction led to a staggering 40% reduction in production, causing prices to surge from $25 to $85 per bottle. Supermarkets have responded by limiting purchases to 1 unit per customer, reflecting the urgency of the situation. For those seeking alternatives, vanilla paste or a mixture of maple syrup and bourbon can mimic the sought-after flavor, providing a temporary solution while prices remain high. In Brazil, the impact of the worst drought in half a century has severely affected coffee production, leading to a 35% decrease in output. The logistical challenges accompanying this situation have compounded the issue, with transportation costs skyrocketing by 280%. As a result, brands like Lavazza and Starbucks are beginning to experience shortages. To navigate these challenges, consumers are advised to check roast dates carefully and limit their purchases to ensure they are buying the freshest possible coffee. The organic egg market is also feeling the pressure from extreme weather conditions. A 32% decrease in production has been reported in the U.S., primarily due to cold temperatures that hinder organic hens from laying eggs. Additionally, grain prices have surged by 45%, driven up by frosts that destroyed crops necessary for feed. With prices potentially reaching $8.99 per dozen, consumers are encouraged to consider alternatives such as freezing beaten eggs or opting for eggs from free-range hens. Pepper production has faced its own set of challenges, with harvests in Mexico and California dropping by 34% due to relentless heat waves. The shortage is exacerbated by an ongoing scarcity of glass bottles used for packaging, affecting well-known brands like Tabasco and Sriracha. For consumers looking for pepper products, exploring local Asian and Mexican markets may yield better availability. Frosts and floods have wreaked havoc on frozen vegetable crops across the Midwest and California. With 3 major frozen vegetable factories currently non-operational, prices for some brands have doubled as supply dwindles. In response, consumers can save money by purchasing fresh vegetables and freezing them at home, thus maintaining a stockpile without incurring inflated costs. The baby formula market is also experiencing turmoil due to Abbott Nutrition's closure of a factory for upgrades. This closure has particularly impacted hypoallergenic formulas such as Similac Elecare and Enfamil Gentlease. Additionally, FDA restrictions on importing foreign brands complicate matters further. Parents are advised to check local pharmacies for availability and consider requesting samples from pediatrician offices. The cocoa industry faces its most significant shortage in 40 years, resulting in a 137% increase in prices. Labor shortages in West Africa, coupled with reformulations by major chocolate brands, have diminished product quality. Consequently, consumers might find it beneficial to seek out alternative local chocolate brands that can offer more stable supplies. Lastly, Greek yogurt production has plummeted by 60% due to shortages of plastic for packaging and rising costs of cattle feed. This downturn affects popular yogurt brands, leading to potential price increases on store shelves. Consumers are encouraged to explore local or alternative yogurt brands as a viable option during this period of scarcity. The intricate interplay between natural disasters and food production underscores the need for adaptability among consumers. facing these unprecedented challenges in the global food market. As the global food and beverage market continues to grapple with these significant challenges, it is essential for consumers to remain informed and adaptable. Understanding the factors behind the rising prices and shortages can empower individuals to make better choices in their purchasing habits. In light of these circumstances, exploring alternatives and being open to trying new products can help mitigate the impact of scarcity on daily life. Whether substituting vanilla with creative blends or opting for fresh vegetables to freeze at home, consumers have opportunities to navigate this complex landscape effectively. Moreover, staying aware of local market conditions can lead to discovering hidden gems, such as local brands or specialty shops that may still have stock of sought-after items. This proactive approach not only supports smaller businesses, but also fosters a sense of community resilience in times of crisis. Ultimately, while the current state of the food supply chain presents undeniable challenges, it also serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of our global systems. By remaining vigilant and resourceful, consumers can adapt to these fluctuations, ensuring they continue to meet their needs even amid uncertainty. The road ahead may be fraught with obstacles, but collective adaptability and awareness will be key in navigating these turbulent waters. The ongoing challenges in the global food and beverage market reveal a multifaceted crisis that has far-reaching implications for producers and consumers alike. Each commodity crisis tells a story of its own, intricately woven into the fabric of environmental changes, economic pressures, and shifting consumer behaviors. By delving deeper into these crises, we can gain insights into not only the immediate impacts but also potential future trends and solutions. The vanilla crisis, rooted in the climatic devastation of Madagascar, illustrates how localized events can have global repercussions. Vanilla is not just a flavoring agent, it is a cultural touchstone for many culinary traditions around the world. The high prices reflect not only supply issues but also an increase in demand for artisanal products that utilize real vanilla rather than synthetic alternatives. This situation has prompted chefs and home cooks to rethink their approaches to flavoring, often leading them to explore other botanicals or flavor compounds that could provide similar aromatic profiles without breaking the bank. For instance, experimenting with spices like cardamom or nutmeg may yield unique results that appeal to adventurous palates. In Brazil, the coffee crisis serves as a poignant reminder of how agricultural practices must adapt to changing weather patterns. The drought not only affects current crop yields, but also poses long-term risks for sustainability within the coffee industry. As farmers grapple with reduced outputs, there is an increasing push toward sustainable farming practices that emphasize resilience against climate change. Initiatives such as shade-grown coffee or regenerative agriculture are gaining traction, potentially transforming how coffee is cultivated. Furthermore, consumers are becoming more conscious of their purchasing choices, increasingly favoring brands that prioritize ethical sourcing and environmental stewardship. The organic egg market struggles highlight the delicate balance between animal welfare and production efficiency. The extreme cold temperatures faced by organic hens raise important questions about animal husbandry practices and their sustainability. As prices soar, some consumers may shift toward supporting local farms that maintain higher welfare standards while providing more transparent pricing structures. Additionally, advances in agricultural technology may offer solutions to enhance resilience among poultry farmers, allowing them to mitigate risks associated with climate fluctuations. The pepper shortage, driven by heat waves in Mexico and California, underscores the broader issue of climate variability impacting staple crops. This situation forces a re-evaluation of how spices are cultivated and sourced globally. As consumers seek alternatives, they may discover new culinary traditions through local markets that offer unique varieties of peppers or spice blends that reflect regional flavors. This exploration not only enriches cooking experiences, but also supports smaller farmers who may be less affected by global supply chain disruptions. Frozen vegetable production's decline due to frosts and floods reflects systemic vulnerabilities within food processing industries. The closure of major factories disrupts not only supply chains, but also employment opportunities for workers reliant on these facilities. In response to price increases, many consumers are turning to community-supported agriculture, CSA programs or local farmers markets to secure fresh produce directly from growers. These initiatives foster stronger connections between consumers and producers while promoting food security at the community level. The turmoil in the baby formula market highlights an urgent need for reliable food sources for infants, a demographic that cannot afford fluctuations in availability. Abbott Nutrition's factory closure exemplifies how even established brands can face significant operational challenges. The FDA's restrictions on foreign imports further complicate matters for parents seeking alternatives. In this context, there is an increasing emphasis on transparency in labeling and sourcing among formula producers as parents demand assurances regarding quality and safety. The cocoa industry's struggle with labor shortages and reformulations reveals deep-rooted issues within supply chains tied to socioeconomic factors in West Africa. As prices rise dramatically, chocolate enthusiasts may be encouraged to explore artisanal chocolate makers who prioritize fair trade practices and direct relationships with cacao farmers. Such shifts not only support ethical sourcing, but also encourage a more discerning palate among consumers who appreciate craft chocolate's complexities over mass-produced varieties. Greek yogurt's production challenges illustrate how interconnected industries are influenced by one another. Here, packaging shortages compound existing issues related to dairy farming practices. Consumers are now looking for alternative sources of yogurt that align with their health-conscious lifestyles while remaining mindful of environmental impacts associated with dairy production. Innovations such as plant-based yogurts or yogurts made from alternative milks present exciting opportunities for diversifying diets without compromising nutritional value. As these various crises unfold across different commodities, it becomes increasingly clear that adaptability is essential in navigating this complex landscape. Consumers are encouraged to embrace flexibility in their shopping habits, whether it involves trying new recipes with available ingredients or exploring local markets for seasonal produce. This adaptability fosters resilience within communities as individuals come together to support local businesses facing challenges of their own. Moreover, education plays a crucial role in empowering consumers to make informed choices amid uncertainty. Understanding the origins of food products and being aware of market dynamics equips individuals with the knowledge necessary to engage thoughtfully with their purchases. By promoting transparency within supply chains, from farm to table, consumers can advocate for better practices while holding brands accountable. In light of these unfolding narratives surrounding food supply chains, there lies an opportunity for innovation and collaboration among stakeholders at all levels, from farmers to retailers to consumers themselves. Embracing technology-driven solutions such as precision agriculture or blockchain transparency could enhance efficiency while mitigating environmental impacts associated with food production. As we move forward in this era marked by volatility and disruption, fostering dialogue around sustainable practices will be paramount for ensuring food security both now and into the future. By recognizing our collective responsibility toward building resilient systems capable of adapting to change, whether through conscious consumerism or advocacy, we can work together toward creating a more equitable food landscape for generations to come. Ultimately, each commodity crisis serves as both a challenge and an opportunity, one that calls upon us all to rethink our relationship with food and its broader implications on society at large. Through awareness, adaptability, and collaboration rooted in sustainability principles, we can navigate these turbulent waters effectively while striving toward a future where everyone has access to nourishing food, regardless of external circumstances, affecting supply chains globally. The ongoing challenges in the global food and beverage market are not just momentary disruptions, but signals of deeper systemic issues that demand our attention. Each crisis faced by a specific commodity highlights the interconnectedness of various factors, including climate change, economic instability, and evolving consumer behavior. As we examine these commodities further, we can uncover the nuances that contribute to their current predicaments and explore potential pathways for resilience. The vanilla crisis is a poignant example of how localized environmental factors can have global repercussions. Madagascar's cyclones, which devastated vanilla orchids, serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of agricultural systems to extreme weather events. Vanilla's significance transcends its culinary use. It is a symbol of artisanal craftsmanship in many cultures. The surge in prices from $25 to $85 per bottle not only reflects supply shortages, but also the rising demand for authentic flavors among consumers who prioritize quality over quantity. This growing interest in artisanal products is reshaping market dynamics, prompting chefs and home cooks alike to seek alternative flavoring methods. The exploration of other botanicals, such as cardamom or even floral essences, could lead to innovative culinary practices that embrace creativity while navigating the high costs associated with pure vanilla. Brazil's coffee industry faces a dual challenge as it grapples with drought and logistical issues. The impact of a 35% reduction in production raises questions about the sustainability of traditional farming practices in an era marked by climate unpredictability. Coffee farmers must adapt to new realities, embracing sustainable techniques that enhance resilience against future weather extremes. This may involve diversifying crops or implementing agroforestry systems that provide shade and improve soil health. As consumers become increasingly conscious of their purchasing choices, brands that prioritize ethical sourcing and environmentally friendly practices are likely to gain favor. The rise of specialty coffee shops that offer transparency in sourcing and brewing methods reflects a shift toward valuing quality over mere quantity. The organic egg market's struggle under extreme weather conditions highlights the delicate balance between animal welfare and production efficiency. Cold temperatures have decreased egg production by 32%, prompting discussions around animal husbandry standards and practices. Consumers are becoming more aware of these issues, leading them to seek out local farms committed to ethical treatment of animals. This growing demand for transparency in food sourcing can encourage farmers to adopt better practices while fostering trust with consumers who prioritize welfare-oriented choices. Pepper production's decline due to heat waves serves as a critical case study on climate variability's impact on staple crops. The intertwining of weather patterns and agricultural yields necessitates a reevaluation of how spices are cultivated globally. Consumers venturing into local markets might discover unique varieties of peppers that not only satisfy their culinary needs but also support smaller producers facing challenges from larger corporations. By exploring these alternative sources, consumers contribute to a more resilient food system while enriching their own cooking experiences. The turmoil surrounding frozen vegetable production underscores systemic vulnerabilities within food processing industries. The closure of major factories due to frosts and floods has far-reaching implications for supply chains and employment opportunities within affected communities. In light of rising prices, many consumers are turning to community-supported agriculture, CSA programs or local farmers markets as viable alternatives for securing fresh produce directly from growers. These initiatives foster stronger connections between consumers and producers, while promoting food security at the community level. Abbott Nutrition's factory closure has raised significant concerns about infant nutrition during a time when reliable food sources are crucial for vulnerable populations. The FDA's restrictions on foreign imports complicate matters further, emphasizing the need for domestic manufacturers to ramp up production capabilities quickly. Parents seeking alternatives may benefit from engaging with local pharmacies or pediatrician offices for samples, thus fostering relationships within their communities while ensuring their children receive necessary nutrition. The cocoa industries, labor shortages and reformulations point to broader socioeconomic issues affecting West African producers. As prices soar by 137%, chocolate enthusiasts are encouraged to explore artisanal chocolate makers prioritizing fair trade practices and direct relationships with cacao farmers. This shift not only supports ethical sourcing but also promotes a more discerning palate among consumers who appreciate craft chocolate's complexities over mass-produced varieties. Greek yogurt's production challenges illustrate how interconnected industries influence one another. Here, packaging shortages compound existing issues related to dairy farming practices. With Greek yogurt brands facing potential price increases, consumers are exploring alternative sources that align with health-conscious lifestyles while remaining mindful of environmental impacts associated with dairy production. Innovations such as plant-based yogurts or yogurts made from alternative milks present exciting opportunities for diversifying diets without compromising nutritional value. As these various crises unfold across different commodities, it becomes increasingly clear that adaptability is essential in navigating this complex landscape. Consumers should embrace flexibility in shopping habits, whether trying new recipes with available ingredients or exploring local markets for seasonal produce. Fostering resilience within communities as individuals come together to support local businesses facing challenges. Education plays a crucial role in empowering consumers to make informed choices amid uncertainty. Understanding the origins of food products equips individuals with the knowledge necessary to engage thoughtfully with their purchases. By promoting transparency within supply chains, from farm to table, consumers can advocate for better practices while holding brands accountable. In light of these unfolding narratives surrounding food supply chains, there lies an opportunity for innovation and collaboration among stakeholders at all levels, from farmers to retailers to consumers themselves. Embracing technology-driven solutions such as precision agriculture or blockchain transparency could enhance efficiency while mitigating environmental impacts associated with food production. As we move forward into an era marked by volatility and disruption, fostering dialogue around sustainable practices will be paramount for ensuring food security now and into the future. By recognizing our collective responsibility toward building resilient systems capable of adapting to change, whether through conscious consumerism or advocacy, we can work together toward creating a more equitable food landscape for generations. Each commodity crisis serves as both a challenge and an opportunity, one that calls upon us all to rethink our relationship with food and its broader implications on society at large. Awareness, adaptability, and collaboration rooted in sustainability principles empower us to navigate these turbulent waters effectively, while striving toward a future where nourishing food is accessible regardless of external circumstances affecting global supply chains. As we reflect on this intricate tapestry woven from crises across multiple sectors, it becomes evident that collective action is essential in mitigating future challenges. Communities can implement educational programs focusing on sustainable agriculture practices that equip future generations with knowledge vital for cultivating resilient food systems capable of weathering environmental stresses. Moreover, partnerships between public institutions and private enterprises can foster innovative research aimed at developing climate-resilient crops or efficient transportation methods that reduce waste within supply chains, all while maintaining affordability for consumers who rely on these essentials daily. Ultimately, embracing change requires acknowledging our interdependence within this global ecosystem, a reality underscored by recent events highlighting vulnerabilities inherent in conventional practices reliant solely upon profit margins rather than holistic approaches prioritizing sustainability alongside accessibility. Through thoughtful discourse surrounding these pressing issues intertwined within our global food systems framework emerges hope, the possibility that together we can cultivate solutions, reflecting shared values rooted deeply in compassion towards both people and planet alike, paving pathways toward thriving futures filled with promise and nourishment for all inhabitants across borders far and wide. In conclusion, the current challenges faced by the global food and beverage market serve as a profound reminder of the intricate connections between environmental factors, economic pressures, and consumer behavior. As various commodities grapple with crises, it is imperative for consumers, producers, and policymakers alike to engage in collaborative efforts aimed at fostering resilience within the food supply chain. By prioritizing sustainable practices, exploring alternative sources, and supporting local communities, we can not only navigate these turbulent times, but also pave the way for a more equitable and secure food landscape. Embracing adaptability and innovation will be key in overcoming these obstacles, ultimately ensuring that nourishing food remains accessible to all, regardless of the complexities posed by our ever-changing world.